We've qualified for the World Cup. Go and compete.
Right. Will we go with football first, or will we talk some shit first?
Well, I mean, football is... I can't separate them, really.
That's what we have to do. Will we talk about the elephant in the room? No Kieran.
Oh.
Kieran's not here.
Kieran isn't here.
I guess he's just not as committed as us. First game week of the season, and he's cried off.
Yeah, we want podcasters who are committed and who don't leave at halftime.
Yep. So if there's anyone out there who wants to get involved,
anyone. We're linked to Marko Arnautovic to join the podcast.
Yeah. Don't message the PUPcast page because Kieran runs that. So forget that. Just message us directly.
And don't message me because I won't read them. But
all right. And don't message. Actually, just forget it. Forget I said anything.
Yeah. Well, the PUPcast will carry on.
As always.
But
when Kieran isn't here, we do tend to devolve a little bit. It goes a bit chaotic. So we'll try and stay on track.
Okay.
Try and talk football.
Okay.
Right. I think we should start off with a pretty clear one. I think we should just talk about Arsenal because...
Oh, Arsenal. I thought you were going to say something else.
What?
Man United losing at home to Brighton.
All right, let's go there first then.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it. I saw the game and I loved it. It was fucking brilliant.
It was amazing.
All this hype about Ten Haag. Pretty embarrassing now. Sure.
Yeah, well, he's a waster. He doesn't have a clue about football. That's why he's 50-something and he was managing in the B leagues. Yep. He never had a big job because no one wanted him. Even after Ajax had their big run to the semi-final of the Champions League, that's 10 years ago now.
Was he even in charge then? I don't even know. He's brought in this Martinez guy.
One of the worst debuts I've ever seen in my life.
He nearly gave the ball away for a goal inside, I think, the opening 30 seconds. It was absolutely chaotic.
Arsenal were linked to this guy, right? And they were talking about putting in a bid of 40 million for him or something. And I just was reading them about him, and people were like, yeah, no, he's worth it. He's great. He's one of the best players in the league. He's amazing. We're worth the money. And Arsenal then got outbid by United. He ended up wanting to go to United and said for 60 million, even though Arsenal stopped bidding at 40 million. So I don't know how that happened, that they ended up adding 50% onto the price. But anyway, and I was actually a bit annoyed because I was like, all I've heard about him is good things, great things. And then watching him today, it was like watching a championship player. It was like watching an under 17 player in the league because he's 5'2" or something. He's not gonna last very long.
He is way off it. Him and Maguire is one of the worst.
Oh my god! What a
partnerships ever. Not even in United, I'd say ever. They're cataclysmic. And I mean, Brighton aren't that bad. They're not Brighton of 5 years ago, but they're not that good either. And they were all over United. I mean, it finished 2-1. It could have been 4-0.
It could have been, exactly. Yeah, and United should have had a red card and they should have had a penalty given against them. Even with that, they were still a mile away from Brighton.
Yeah. I mean, even the first goal, if you see it, they're queuing up.
Yeah.
David De Gea is a joke. Don't know how he's still there. That's one thing. I don't know how people aren't calling for a new keeper. And the one thing United have been looking for 3 years now is a defensive midfielder, and they're still starting with Fred and McTominay. I love it.
McTominay is not even championship level.
No, he's not. And for a Scottish person, he has a very English accent.
Yeah.
I
think that says a lot about him.
It does. It absolutely does. Rashford up front, he's
Oh my
done.
God.
I can't believe is that guy like 25 and he's done.
It reminds me of Dele Alli.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a few years ago, these lads were going to be. If you looked at them on FIFA, their ratings, their potential was like 92 or something. They were like, people thought they were going to be world class players, and now look at them.
Yeah. I think as a United fan, you'd be very worried because they beat Liverpool 4-0 in pre-season, and there was a lot of hype, but they were absolutely found out today. They did, yeah. Look, you and I know that. But United fans don't know that. So if you're listening and you're a United fan, I would be very worried. I'd be very realistic now. And we said this last season, bringing in Ten Hag, that's the last throw of the dice. After this, there's no other way. So
exactly, because they've tried every approach now. Because they tried like the hand-picked successor to Ferguson, who was supposed to be Ferguson 2.0 Moyes. Didn't work out for him. They tried it was in Van Gaal. It was like experienced world-class manager who's like, just steady the ship. He'll get results. He's managed all these big teams. He may not play the best football, but he'll steady the ship. Didn't work out for him. Then they were like, okay, we're going for it. We're going for like the all-in. We're going for Mourinho, coming off like a big meltdown, one of his many meltdowns. They went to all in for Mourinho. Didn't work out for him. Then they went with the man who knows United. They were like, we have to get someone who knows the Man United way. We can't just keep, throwing darts at the wall here. We need to pick someone who knows United. He represents the fans. He's got the fans on side. He wants what's best for the club. He's not here just to make a quick buck. He loves the club. We'll get Ole. Didn't work out for him. Now they're like, okay, tear it all down. We're going back to grassroots level here. Get me some Ajax total football. Promote youth academy players. Play sexy football again. Let's bring some passion and some guile back to Man United after all these dark years. Let's do it. This is it. Not working out for him. So after this doesn't work out for Ten Hag, which it won't, what can they possibly do? Because they've tried fucking everything else.
Yeah. This is the winner bust, really.
It is.
I think now Pochettino, they'll still point to Pochettino, they'll still point to Zidane and stuff, but like this
Zidane is the only other one actually. They'll be like, Zidane, sir, he wins all around them. He wins. He gets out of bed in the morning and he gets a Champions League. So they'll still have Zidane.
Zidane would run a fucking mile.
And he'd be right too.
Oh my God.
Imagine.
I mean, I was thinking about it, and this Ten Hag situation, he's in like the perfect, like optimum situation. Like he's had a full preseason, he's gotten in his signings. Like there is no excuse. Yeah. These guys who he knows is Ericsson, all these guys who he's worked with before.
Yeah, Alvarez.
The fucking left back.
Malacia or Malakia or whatever it is.
Didn't even feature. He played Luke Shaw instead of him. So, like, there's no excuse. They should be playing his way. They're his signings. It's his team, and they were tonked. Absolutely tonked today.
They were tonked, yeah.
So, I don't know who they're playing next, but I wouldn't be,
Let me see.
that hopeful. I mean, Brighton are fine, but they're not Chelsea. They're not top six. They're not.
They're away to Brentford next Saturday. And then they play Liverpool after that.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll be interesting. I thought they were away today when I was watching them.
I know, exactly.
It was that bad. And the hype, I love the hype around Ten Hag by Sky Sports. And at half time, they're like, well, that wasn't in the script.
And Ronaldo, the Ronaldo factor then.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They brought in Ronaldo, like one of the best players of the past fucking ever.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is horrible. He's there like, I want out. I can't take this. Like I'm here. He comes on the pitch and he actually gets subbed on, and he lays it on a plate for Marcus Rashford to score, and Rashford just fucks the whole thing up.
It's so
Can you
good.
imagine what's going through his head? Like thinking, what am I doing here? Why did I come back?
And remember Bruno Fernandes 2 seasons ago?
Oh yeah.
You couldn't stop him. Oh my god, it was like nothing we'd ever seen before. But it's like he wasn't playing today.
Yeah, it's
Are they playing him
incredible.
out of position because Eriksen's there now?
I think
everything is wrong.
Bruno had the run of the place when it was that first season with like VAR giving penalties for everything, and he got like 20 penalties in a season. And ever since then, nah, he's invisible. And he's a coward on the pitch as well. Really. I mean, think if like things aren't going well, Bruno, there are some players, things aren't going well for him, but they kind of fly under the radar. You wouldn't notice. But like Bruno, when it's not going well for him, this guy, you might as well have like a child playing on the field for you instead. Literally, you actually would be better off having someone from the under 18 team because they'll offer more.
Yeah, it's toxic. He's toxic. You can see Ronaldo's toxic. Like Maguire, at this point, I actually just feel bad for Maguire. Like
I do too.
He was doing an interview afterwards, and it was just pathetic. Like it's really sad.
I mean, sure, they signed possibly the best defender in the world at the time, Varane, to partner him last season. What happened there? Like, how is this even possible?
I know. And remember, they got rid of Mourinho. He wanted to sign a centre back, and they wouldn't let him. And since then, they've signed 2 or 3. And
for like world records, yeah.
Yeah, and they're still playing Maguire and this fucking chump Martinez.
I know. Like,
wow. And I mean, like, just looking at the team, like it's a mid-table team. Dallo, who the fuck is Dallo?
Dallo, like again, and this guy costs like 25 million or 20 million.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw, who, come on, has been a joke for years.
Yeah.
De Gea, as you said, like how this guy gets a free pass, I don't. It's amazing actually because he wins Player of the Season every fucking year from United for the past decade, and they go on. Actually, you know why they want him is because he's the last player from the Ferguson era at the team.
Oh yeah,
and he's the last guy to have won the league.
Yeah.
So they're like, how can we get rid of him? Sure, he's won the league with United. He's obviously good enough. It can't be him. He can't be the problem.
Yeah. Sancho has been a flop.
Yeah.
Rashford has passed it. I mean, Christian Eriksen has passed it. I'm sorry, but
he's passed it and come back.
Like, I don't know how people think that that's a good signing. It's not.
Incredible.
He was playing for Brentford last year, so
yeah, and he starts today for Man United. Like the revolution is on.
Yeah. Where do we think they finish? Seriously, like honestly, we're not saying 17th or something, but honestly, based on today,
I'd say like 8 or 9.
I think 8th. I was thinking 8th as well. I don't see it.
Like, I don't. They're nowhere near like Spurs, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Like nowhere near them.
I think we asked a question a few weeks ago. Will it be another 10 years before United win the Premier League? And I think we disagreed. I think we said that they would win it. I actually don't know. I don't know.
I mean, when you look at it, it's just it's like a curse has been put on the team.
Yeah,
because nothing is working.
10 years goes quick.
It does. I mean, you think 10 years ago they won it last, and that doesn't seem that long ago, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, and it's only gone down. It's only gotten worse. I mean, we thought Moyes was doing a bad job, but
we thought, oh my god, yeah, Moyes. We thought Moyes was a joke.
Yeah, and Mourinho saying like finishing top 2 was one of his best achievements, and we laughed. Yeah. Jesus.
Ole finished second.
I know.
That's amazing, like, because you think of the Man United the past 10 years, you just think a black hole, like of nothing going right. But they finished second a couple of times.
Yeah, but they were way off though. Like they were
never close. They were never close to winning it, but they were like ahead of the rest of the pack.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at the shambles Arsenal and even Liverpool were in the past decade.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Does Ferguson get too much credit or not enough when you think of like how he kept them right up there for whatever 25 years, and then the minute he left, it just sank? Or was it kind of his fault? But
sure, you'd have to say it's his fault, really. The foundations he laid, his like foundations he laid for the team were before he left, giving Rooney the biggest contract in the league when he wanted to leave and when he was past it. Really, I mean, still a good player, played well for a few years after, but he was not the Rooney of 2010 or 2009, who was like up there with Ronaldo and Messi. People forget that in like 2008, 2009, 2010, Rooney was in the conversation with Messi and Ronaldo in that, like, he was in their age bracket. I think there was like 1 year between all of them, and Rooney was putting up great numbers, great goals, and people were like, this guy is like the future and he's going to be the best player in the world class for the next 10 years. Messi and Ronaldo kicked on to a new level. Rooney did not. But Ferguson gave him that contract. He was like, no, he's the man. He signed Van Persie to win the league. Fair enough. He was gone after a season after he left then. Okay, at least they got a league out of him, but was it building for the future? He had Wilfred Zaha was his final signing. Fucking the way he was treated was a joke. You could his career was wasted. I mean, really, at United, he had to go back to Palace to find his form again, and
yeah, that was terrible.
Like, he didn't set him well, and you got to point the finger.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he really kind of jumped ship.
Mm-hmm. He would have taken the City job if they offered it to him.
Oh yeah, the guy's a dickhead. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
We better move on. We've spoken about United for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
but they deserve it. I mean, it was terrible. But great for us, I guess. I would like to maybe talk about Liverpool next.
Yeah.
So that I go down, and then when we talk about Arsenal, I'll get back up.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I actually even forgot Liverpool didn't win. I thought you were going to be like, let's talk about Liverpool, and be like, oh yeah, go on.
No, it was disappointing. And in fairness, Klopp came out and he said the attitude wasn't right, and he said it was a bad performance. The pitch was dry. I know he said that. I know he said that, but he's just taken. Do you know what? I was going to say he's taken the attention away from the players, but then he actually kind of threw the players under the bus, so I don't really know what he was thinking with that one.
He actually does think these things.
There was a lot of points being made before the season that like Liverpool, it'll be between Liverpool and City. It probably still will be, but Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea even might. No, Chelsea won't. But there will be other teams in contention. But a big talking point was Thiago. And when Liverpool play with Thiago, he just made shit of City in the Community Shield. There was a lot of talk that if he stays fit, if he features kind of, near 30 times in the Premier League season, that would be the difference maker. He fucking went off injured first game of the season with a hamstring injury. It's bad. It's like looking at the midfield. He says that they have 8 midfielders. Now, they don't have Keita. He's ill, apparently. Chamberlain is out for a few months. Thiago is now out. Henderson and Fabinho, you'd count on them starting most of the time, but Henderson is picking up little niggles now and again as well. And then you're talking about like the likes of Harvey Elliott and Carvalho and James Milner, who's I think 35, if not 36. And he's saying we don't need another midfielder. Am I going fucking crazy? Like, am I wrong?
Like, yeah, Klopp he's lost it, really, I think. It's clear.
That's a clap out.
Clap out. I mean, you'd be right to, really. The signs are here right now of, wobble. Seeds of decline have been planted here now. And you can see it, as Dave astutely noted in the chat, half the Liverpool squad is over 30. More than half. Six out of the outfield players are over 30.
Yeah.
It's a ticking time bomb. If you were really ruthless now, you'd have to say thanks for the memories, but it's time to go.
I mean,
get Brendan Rodgers in to take on the new generation.
That fucking bottler. He fucking bottled it again. Look,
he did.
But it's look. This is a team that should be challenging, but you've lost Mane, he was one of the best players in the world, right?
Oh yeah.
You've brought in Nunes, who looks good. Carvalho, yeah, one for the future. They brought in a right back as backup, fine. But for the last 3 seasons, people have been saying new midfielder is needed. There's talk of Jude Bellingham.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking do it then. Like, why wait a season? What's with the waiting? It's just,
it's mad.
It is frustrating. Like, should have lost to Fulham. Now, no fucking Liverpool team should be losing to Fulham. That's just unacceptable. And they were way off it. 2-2. I mean, I can only hope it just gets dramatically better because they were so good in the Community Shield. But like I said, they've got injuries piling up now. I don't really see the replacements. Harvey Elliott was good. When he came on, he kind of changed things. But like Harvey Elliott, you're talking about Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, like these kind of guys, they're not going to fucking win you leagues. Not now, anyway.
No, not ever, really. I mean,
yeah.
Let's be real.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be all doom and gloom. Look, it's only one result, but like these are the results that matter. Like
who are you playing next? You're playing Palace next. Sure, you win that.
Arrow will win that. Fine.
Yeah,
not a problem.
We don't have to pretend like we like Palace anymore.
Fucking Palace. Yeah, like we should be beating Palace, but just across the course of the season, like all this talk of Thiago being like influential and a key man, and then he's out now for probably a few weeks. I don't know who comes in instead of him. Maybe Keita if he's fit. He's very hot and cold. I mean, defensively, I like the defense. Up front, I like it. The midfield is weak. Never really replaced Wijnaldum. And I mean, I don't know why they didn't get him back, to be honest.
You could have got him back, exactly. Why didn't they get him back?
No idea. So disappointing. To be honest, I think City will win the league based on what I saw this week. I think City will win the league. I think they've won four of the last 5 seasons. So if they win this one, they'll have won 5 of the last 6 seasons. And how people are still shitting on Liverpool, I cannot understand it. But
sure, if it were not for Klopp and Liverpool, we'd be looking at the City era, like just the City winning.
And that's nearly what it is. It's just that Liverpool are nearly pipping them to it sometimes. But I mean, in 2 or 3 years' time, they could have won 7 or 8 of the last 10. Like, and that's no crack.
Well, you'd wonder. You'd wonder. Should they only screw up by today? Really?
I know. Like, and yeah. Speaking of City, like Haaland scored 2 goals. Like, good for them. Was he ever going to not score 2 goals? Yeah,
exactly.
You know, it's easy to win games when you have every resource under the fucking sun.
Mm-hmm.
And when you need a new fullback and you can pay 60 million for it, all well and good. I just fucking hate City. I hate City. I absolutely hate City.
Oh yeah, they're rotten.
They're there with Mahrez on the bench, like these kind of lads.
Yep. Mahrez, who wasted his career going to City. I always said it. If he had gone anywhere else, he would have started every game, every week. Mm-hmm. And okay, maybe City still would have won the league 3 or 4 times, but like, is anyone going to look back at Riyad Mahrez as one of the best players in Premier League history, like they would have done if after winning the league with Leicester and being Leicester's best player in a team with Vardy and Kante, he was the man really in that team, Mahrez. And if he had gone anywhere else, if he gone to Arsenal, if he gone to United, if he gone anywhere, he would be a legend on the level of like whatever Shearer or Henry or these fellas. But now, when he retires, which probably won't be that long now, because getting up there. No one's going to look at him and be like, legend. They're just going to be like, oh, he was one of the names who got he got his name called out at the end of the year on a City like open top bus tour.
Yeah, I know. And do you know what? I don't think any team should be able. I'm wording this poorly, but it's not right that there's a team that can sell Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus like basically in their prime and it not affect them. Like that shows the depth that they have in that squad, and that's fucked up. Like they're two of the best attacking players in the league, and they can just sell them without batting an eyelid. And Zinchenko, another fucking one. Like, how does a team get so much depth that they can just sell three of the best players in the league and it doesn't affect them?
Yeah. You know, I'm even actually looking at their team, and they don't have that much depth now with those guys gone.
Yeah.
Like
now they don't, yeah. Yeah.
Now they don't. Now they don't have a rock solid team. If you really hang on. You see what the City team today.
Maybe they'll be found out then. Maybe they'll have to play Grealish and Foden every week. They'll be found out. That would be great. Because to be honest, I don't rate Grealish that highly at all.
I did before he went to City, and having to eat my words a little bit. But
no, he's a great Villa player, but he's not a great City player.
I'm just looking at the City bench. Like they have, today they started their full string team today. You would think this is their full string team. Oh wait, no. Well, I suppose Laporte is injured, but when Laporte is back, Haaland, Grealish, Foden, maybe Mahrez might start.
Maybe.
In midfield, you have Gundogan, Rodri, and De Bruyne, and then maybe Bernardo Silva might be there instead of Gundogan or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then defense is Cancelo, Ake, Diaz, Walker, and Ederson, obviously. And you would say Laporte instead of Ake, really. And then the bench is Calvin Phillips, who I think is shite. I can't believe they paid that much money for him. I don't think he's any good. He reminds me of Fabian Delph. Although, to be fair, Guardiola did win the league with fucking Fabian Delph playing as like a left back or something. But
who was the other? Remember years ago they brought in another like English midfielder, like holding midfielder. Was Rhodes or something? What was his name?
Rhodes.
No, it wasn't Rhodes. It was that similar kind of young English holding midfielder. Brought him in, and he fucking wasted his career. I think he ended up in Sunderland or something. I'll Google it there while you're reading out the rest of the team.
I was just Googling it.
It's not Rhodes.
Figure it out.
No. I've derailed the podcast.
Anyway, the rest of their team then on the bench. Calvin Phillips, who I think is shite. John Stones, who I don't think is very good at all. Julian Alvarez, their new like attacking player. He could be shite. He could be good. You wouldn't know. Silva and Mahrez on the bench. Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, and Josh Wilson Esbrand. A bunch of nobodies, like complete nobodies. If they had an injury in midfield, they'd have Bernardo to come in. And if they had an injury in attack, they'd have Mahrez come in. But like that's just one player for the positions. They don't have a player for every single place on the team anymore. They're a lot thinner now than they've ever been.
Yeah. No, it's true. I still think they'll win it though. I still think they just have too much quality. Like even one of their players gets injured, they still have someone just as good to come in and replace basically in most positions, any position. And you've got these freaks like Cancelo who can just play, I don't know, I thought he was a right back. Now he's a left back. Now he's wearing number 7 and he's playing fucking left wing and this shit, you know? Like, I don't know. It's just like they've got a cheat code on its bollocks. But the good news is that they got rid of one of the best strikers in the league, and he went to Arsenal.
He did, yeah.
And his name is Gabriel Jesus. He didn't score.
No, he looked lively.
He's been looking lively.
He's like in fantasy football. He's like the most selected player of all time.
I know. That's insane.
I know.
How is that possible? Like
It's like there's just no other strikers. There's just no other strikers to pick. You got Haaland, Kane, and I guess people didn't want to go with Nunes because they didn't know what to make of him. And after that, you have like fellas like Ronaldo who could be leaving, Vardy who's like ancient, and then who else? Like, because you couldn't pick a Chelsea striker, Havertz, Werner.
Yeah. It's bad enough.
That's it, actually. Yeah. Then you're into your Ivan Tonys and people.
Yeah.
Your Ollie Watkins.
Your Ings, your Wilsons, your Bamfords. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if you didn't want to spend all your money on Haaland and Kane and didn't fancy taking a risk with Nunes, he was like your only option.
Yeah. And Richarlison used to be such a good option, and now he's just not going to play for Spurs.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Tanked his career.
Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. How were Arsenal? Were you happy? I mean, do you think you still think top four?
I think top four because they were within a whisker of it last season, fucking bottled it. But now, good additions to the squad. The squad is like 1 or 2 players away from being just right. Well, you also got a bit of a elephant in the room in midfield there as well. So we'll see how it happens.
And is Zinchenko going to be playing left back, it looks like?
I think so.
Interesting, yeah.
Well, Tierney's just coming back from injury now. So Tierney may be the first choice left back, and then Zinchenko might start in midfield because Zinchenko is not really a defender. Never was. He just ends up playing there because of Klopp. And I guess Arteta knows how to use him as a left back because he was with him under Klopp. Or under Pep, Jesus, not Klopp.
I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh my God, Pep.
It's okay.
Pep.
It's okay.
Yeah. So they're still short in centre midfield, and they're short maybe like a backup winger. But apart from that, I can't say there's anything in the squad. I'm like, we need to fix that.
I think like it's been the same the last few seasons as that. Arsenal team, you're looking at it and you're going, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, could definitely compete. And then there's injuries and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you have that cover now? I mean, Tomiyasu, is he like, who's cover for Tomiyasu? Who's cover for Xhaka? Who's cover for Jesus?
Well, yeah, like Ben White has been playing right back now while Tomiyasu has been coming back. So Jesus. I guess Ben White is covering for right back. Saliba was man of the match against Palace, so delighted for him. he took him like 3 loan spells after buying him to actually make a debut for Arsenal. I thought he was never going to play for Arsenal. I thought he was going to be sold, which I was sickened about. But thank God he actually played a game, at least one game, and he was man of the match. It's like what every Arsenal fan has been shouting about for like years. It's like, give Saliba a chance, just play him once. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll play him. And he was man of the match in Premier League debut.
Unreal. And he's young, isn't he?
He's like 21, yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. Gabriel, happy days. Left back there, Tierney and Zinchenko. One of them will be fit, hopefully. The midfield is a problem. Centre midfield is a problem.
But could Zinchenko play there?
Yeah, I think that's
probably could. Like,
he definitely could, I'd say.
Yeah.
Up top, happy enough with the attacking options, maybe a backup right winger to cover Saka if he gets knackered. But then you got Saka, Jesus, Martinelli. Not bad.
Pepe?
No.
No as in he's rubbish, or no as in he's gone? I don't even know.
Well, he's rubbish, and hopefully he'd be gone. God, gonna have to take like a £50 million loss on him, probably more.
15? 15.
50.
Oh, 50, yeah. I was thinking 50. Yeah.
No, like maybe 60. What he costs, like £70 million. And you'd be lucky to get 15 or 20 for him. Really lucky to get 15 or 20 for him now.
I mean, people still talk about Andy Carroll like fucking hell, you know?
Yeah, just going to have to eat £50 million loss on a player.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I was actually surprised to see Martinelli and Odegaard start. It was a very similar, like, 11 to what he finished last season with. When he brought in, like, Vieira and stuff, I expected a bit of change, but...
Well, sure, Odegaard was named captain, so he's always going to start now. And Martinelli, I think people are maybe the hype around Martinelli. Ever since his injury, he got like a ACL or something a year and a half ago, and I think people are overrating him a little bit. They think he's still amazing, and he's still good, but I don't think, in my eyes, he hasn't been as good as he was before that. But we'll see. Maybe he's just recovering.
Okay, all right. Last thing about Arsenal. Are you going to watch the documentary?
No.
No?
I'd cringe at it. Like, I couldn't watch that.
It is pretty. You saw the Liverpool thing, did you?
I didn't. No, I didn't see. I've never watched any of these things. I haven't watched Sunderland Till I Die or any of that.
Well, there was this bit from the Arsenal documentary where Arteta brought in speakers to play "You'll Never Walk Alone" while they trained, so that the players weren't intimidated. Because he said he was like, the one time I've gotten this. There's a Spanish word for it, but basically where like the game just kind of passes you by. He was like, I've gotten it once in my career, and it was at Anfield. So I don't want that to happen to the players. So they brought in speakers, played "You'll Never Walk Alone" while they trained, and they lost 4-0.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I mean, it's kind of an interesting idea, but like it's a bit wacky. I'll be watching
like,
it.
These
I'll let
things
you
are
know
just
how it is.
embarrassing. Like, I really don't like them, especially how the season ended, where it's like all or nothing. Well, I guess it was nothing then.
It was literally nothing.
It was literally nothing, yeah.
I found the name of that midfielder, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Jack Rodwell.
Mm.
I don't know where I was getting loads from.
What a blast from the past.
I know. But like there's been so many like young English players like Sean Wright Phillips and those kind of players who go to Man
Adam
City.
Johnson.
Oh yeah, Adam Johnson. Speaking of Adam Johnson, actually, what's the story of Partey? I thought he was being done for assault.
As far as I know, he's under investigation for sexual assault or more,
Right.
and he was released on bail.
Okay,
And,
but weird. Yeah, sorry, go on.
And one of them, I think he was under investigation for more than one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was dropped. And the person who made this whatever charge or whatever it was, then posted on Twitter about it. So she came out afterwards because her claim or whatever it was dropped. So she posted about it on Twitter. And it doesn't paint them in a very good light.
No, definitely not. I just find it weird that like Greenwood is under investigation and so is Partey, but like why is one kind of just playing as if nothing happened and one is banned?
The Greenwood thing was like the audio was released and you had him on tape saying it, and basically like everyone could hear it and see it and be like, well, this guy, whereas like no one, there's absolutely in football, there's definitely people whose whole job revolves around kind of handling situations like this for players, because like it is so frequent that the players end up getting charged or like investigated for this kind of stuff, that there's probably whole tactic rule books written about how to handle it for the club.
It was just a weird one when I saw his fucking name on the team sheet. I know. Well, look, maybe we shouldn't go there. One thing I do want to talk about, we mentioned earlier, Sterling. And I just want to talk about Chelsea. Now, I'll just say what I want to say first, and you can see. So Chelsea won, right? They beat Everton 1-0. Can't even. It was a penalty, wasn't it, Jorginho?
Yeah.
So all well and good in the Chelsea camp, but I actually don't think it's a very good result, and I think we all agreed that Everton are in a bit of a bad place. So for Chelsea to go and basically scrape a 1-0 win isn't great. Sterling looked lively enough, but they're still kind of without a striker. Then they lost their two of their best central defensive or center backs, and they've brought in Koulibaly, who looked pretty good. But I mean, you're talking about a centre back pairing of like Silva and Koulibaly.
Mm.
And I know they play with one more. I don't even know who played. Ben Chilwell, like they're still going on this this run of basically having their fullbacks just score loads of goals and do lots of amazing things, but that's not sustainable. I don't think. I don't know.
It's not. They have a cup manager, right? He's a cup manager.
Yes. So this is it. So okay, they got their win, 3 points under the belt. I think they're going to struggle. I just don't see it. I mean, even Kante. I was watching Kante, and remember how like he used to be a freak, a freak.
Mm-hmm.
He's there giving the ball away. Jorginho's a kind of nothing player.
Yeah,
he is skipping a jump penalty.
Complete nothing player.
Koulibaly is pretty good, but no more than that. Havertz up front. Not impressed.
A striker for them who, first of all, Frank didn't know how to use them. Tuchel doesn't know how to use them. He's playing as a striker now for nearly 2 years, and he scored maybe 3 goals in total.
Yeah. Yeah. A Champions League final goal, in fairness, but still.
I hate that happened so that people can be like, we scored in Champions League final. It's like, fine.
But that's it. Like, that's his one thing. It's like the one thing he's done. Like Mason Mount, I rate Mason Mount, but they've got like Perisic, Ziyech. Sorry, Ziyech and Pulisic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like they have all these guys who are kind of just rotting on the bench. Conor fucking Gallagher. You know, it's not a balanced squad.
They got massively unbalanced.
They beat probably the worst Everton squad of the last 30 years, I'd say.
They beat maybe the worst team in the league because Bournemouth surprisingly beat Villa pretty easily on Saturday. And I thought Bournemouth were like dead cert to be like the Norwich of the season.
Yeah.
But Everton are right there. Like they are hopeless.
Name Everton's best player.
Oh my God. Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, okay, injured. Name the next best player. Like Seamus Coleman. I don't even know. I don't know.
Gordon. Pickford?
Is he the guy? He fucking broke his ankle. Oh no, I'm thinking Godfrey. Did you see that?
I didn't see it break. No.
Ooh, it's bad. Yeah.
Is it?
It's pretty bad. Yeah, Gordon. I don't know. It was Godfrey anyway. Broke his ankle. Andre Gomez. I think he's injured as well. So like,
Pickford's our best player.
Probably is. Like that's
a bit like
pathetic.
the way De Gea is Man United's best player for the past 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, Man United are en route to becoming Everton, which is
they are
scary.
well on the way. Yeah, you can see it. You can see them on their trajectory because Everton, only not that long ago, they were fighting for like European places.
Yeah.
And I was worried about them because they had big backing, big money. They had what I thought was a good squad, and they were only going to get better. And they bought players like Alan and these guys, and they had Idrissa Gueye and few class players there. Like
even signing Richarlison for like 50 million. That guy Bernard, they sent him.
Exactly. You were looking at them and thinking they're on the up. You were like, Jesus, Everton.
Yeah, Michael Keane even was kind of a big signing for them, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking didn't they have like Yuri Mina and Mangala and a few others who you were thinking these guys cost like £50 million as well at their club, and Jesus.
Crazy bit of business. So we're not impressed with Chelsea, and we're certainly not impressed with Everton. Still Frank to be booted out first. Are you going with that?
I think so.
I think it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
If not him, do you think it might be Ten Hag?
Oh my God! Actually, that's not a bad shout. We'll see now, because they're playing Brentford away. Tough enough game.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have to play Liverpool, which they're going to lose. And then they're away to Southampton. If they lose to Southampton,
hard to come back from that. Yeah.
I mean, Southampton is a gimme. Like,
yeah. Right. From a pair of useless managers to probably one of the best managers in the league. I'm going to say top 3 managers in Conte. Your favorite man.
Fuck's sake, like
Spurs went a goal behind and then ended up winning 4-1. With probably, I wouldn't have even thought like their best team. I think there was a few missing from there, but
yeah.
I mean, it's not anything major to beat Southampton, really. But
what we have to do is we have to weather the storm now. We have to weather a good 6 months, maybe a good season out of Conte, and then it'll all go to shit. It'll go to shit. So we just have to get through the next season. Spurs being good, because they're going to be good, for fuck's sake. And then it'll go to shit.
Do you know what's good, though? What is nice? The North London Derby this year will actually be fucking good.
North London Derby's always good. It's been the best game in the league for ages.
Right.
It actually has. I mean, what do you think? Liverpool and City?
I don't think... Yes.
Those games have been fucking snoozers.
The North London Derby has not had like good players in it for about 10 years. Whereas this year...
That's outrageous.
Tell me I'm wrong.
They've had Aubameyang.
Since Robin Van Persie, when he was the last good player to play in North London Derby.
Aubameyang. Cazorla. I don't like him. Ozil.
But like it hasn't, I don't know, it hasn't felt like there was much on the line in the North London Derby. Maybe that's what I
disagree.
Well, I don't care.
It's the biggest game of the season in my
Whereas
opinion.
this year it'll be like who's playing for third spot, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that. And like I said, good teams, good managers getting in each other's heads. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
I just want Conte to fuck off. Why did he go to fucking Spurs, God?
But he will. He will. Like, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. But it's while he's there, you just hope he doesn't win something.
Exactly. I know. Just have to hope he doesn't win something.
Would you be raging if they won the FA Cup?
No.
Or would you care? You wouldn't care. Yeah.
I wouldn't care if they won the FA Cup.
It's
would
a prestigious
care if they
trophy,
won the league or the Champions League.
They're not going to win the league, and they're not going to win the Champions League.
Okay, good. So then I'm fine. Then I don't have to worry. It's all okay.
We don't have to worry. Yeah, I think
Spurs would literally have to win 10 FA Cups for me to be annoyed.
Fair, yeah. Would you rather Spurs get knocked out of the Champions League group stage, or that they go on to the semi-final and then get knocked out and get their heart broken and have all those extra games and could impact their season?
Knocked out in the group stage.
Just straight up.
Just straight up, like, you know, walking away with their tail between their legs.
They might finish ahead of you then.
Yeah, sure.
In the season, though. Yeah.
Well, they'll have,
are Arsenal in the Europa League?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. I had forgotten that.
If Spurs lost in their group stages, they'd go into the Europa League.
Oh, that's a good point. But if they finish bottom of their...
Oh, if they finish bottom, they wouldn't.
Yeah. They won't. Well, we don't know what the groups are yet, so we'll see.
You know what would make me sick is if Arsenal won the Europa League and Spurs won the Champions League.
Oh. I just don't think there's any chance of...
No, I don't think so. Sure, Conte has always been terrible in Europe for some reason. He's like the anti-Tuchel.
Yeah. He does have a good... Yeah, it's a good...
Because he's not a cup manager. Like he's an actual manager who like he builds them for the league, builds them for day in day out games. Not fucking Tuchel who just throws fucking darts at the board and says, "Oh, we're going to play with 8 left backs tonight." That'll throw the manager off.
It's just, it's the front three that Kulusevski, Son, and Kane. Like it's fucking tasty enough. And even Son and Kane didn't score this weekend. But fucking Eric Dyer comes up with a goal, and Sessegnon comes out of nowhere, comes up with a goal. So they might be riding a wave there now, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a long season ahead. Don't worry too much. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to talk about, and I do just want to touch on a bit of Brendan Rodgers, because this guy is the biggest clown. Sorry.
He's back against the wall. You look at Leicester's business this season. What have they done? They've lost players. They haven't replaced them. He's in a tough spot.
Like I come across that I hate Brendan Rodgers. I actually think Brendan Rodgers did a pretty good job for a season at Liverpool.
Thank you.
Right? I accept he got in the like Sturridge, Coutinho, those kind of lads. He got them playing well. He based the game around Suarez. All that good stuff. Yeah,
he turned them into title contenders for the first time ever.
Yeah, but you could also look that he had probably the best striker in the world playing out of his skin, and he couldn't win the league with him.
Look, you could say that about Spurs with Harry Kane.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair.
And they have they've had better players. What Brendan Rodgers did was a miracle with that Liverpool team. It
was their title to lose, and he fucking
That's
lost
not true. It was never their title. It was.
No, it was. No. Yeah.
Can he be blamed for fucking Steven Gerrard slipping? Can he be blamed for that?
He can be blamed for not being able to react in that game, and not beating Palace like the following week or whenever it was. I think he was fairly young and fairly inexperienced, but that was his first big bottle, right? The whole world saw that bottle job.
You know, that Palace game, he had to go for it in the Palace game because of goal difference. So he had to go for it. He had to go for it, and it didn't work. It didn't work out for him.
It certainly didn't fucking work out for him. No, it didn't.
But he put his cards on the table, like he went for it.
All right, and he lost it. And since then, all he's done is bottle jobs.
I don't judge a man on his losses.
Well, judge him on his last result today. He was 2 goals ahead against Brentford, and he fucking drew. Like,
look,
there's no reason that Leicester, who only won the league a few years ago, by the way, should be 2 goals ahead and end up drawing to Brentford.
6 years ago now at this point.
He's still playing Jamie Vardy up front. Jamie Vardy is fucking 90 years old at this stage.
Who could they have gotten, realistically?
Yeah. Bad management. The
man is living off scraps.
Listen, he's a nice man. He's got a photo of himself in his house.
Just to remind yourself of who you are, like.
He did. You know what? He gave us some good memories at Liverpool, but the admiration he gets from other fans is bizarre. I think. Would you like him at Arsenal?
I would love Brendan Rodgers at Arsenal.
I think you would rue the fucking day.
Brendan Rodgers is the manager people think Ten Haag is.
No, I think. I think honestly, with Rodgers, you'd probably get to last game of the season and be fighting for top 4, and then you'd lose about 3-0. And you'd have a great season, amazing wins.
Sure, that happens under Arteta anyway. So
not this year, though.
not this year.
It's all turning around this year.
You know, if Arteta fails, let's just say theoretically, if Arteta fucks it up and he gets fired or whatever, Brendan Rodgers his name would be on the shortlist.
Yeah.
Him and Graham Potter.
And Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
That would be a nice 3-man shortlist.
Yeah.
A bit of Sean Dyche, maybe.
Oh my God.
Doing bits on a shoestring. No.
I mean, Sean Dyche gets praise like he got relegated. Brendan Rodgers out here doing the same thing. He's keeping their head above water. What does he get? Nothing.
Yeah. Look, we'll agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, he bottled it again. Only today or yesterday, whenever it was. So
there's only so much a manager can do.
Let's keep a keen eye on Brendan Rodgers and how often he fucking bottles it this season. Let's. I've got a pen here. I'm gonna put a 1 on this sheet of paper.
You say bottle. You say he bottles it. I say won Leicester the FA Cup for the first time.
That's true. He did do that.
Well, maybe not the first time. First time in a long time. I don't know. Did they win it before? Back in the fucking Stone Age.
Yeah. Since we
gave a shit about football.
Right. I have a 1 on the page. Every time Rodgers bottles it, in my opinion, I'll put another number down, and we'll see what number we get to by the end of the season.
Okay, fine. But if you take those numbers of when he bottles it, then you also have to stack them up against the bigger number of his final, achievement. Because, the state he is at the end of the season, it has to count for more than the individual losses.
Well, let's put it this way, right? We're at the start of the season. Where should Leicester end up?
Where should they, with the squad they have and what they've been given? They should be 20th. Right?
I can't deal with this anymore.
They should be 21st. There should be a
Leicester should be. If you look at that Leicester squad, they should be. I need to think of every team in the league before I answer this. 7th, 6th or 7th, probably.
Where they finished last season? They finished 8th last season, was it? Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahead of them should be Liverpool, City, Spurs, Arsenal, United, West Ham. So they should be 7th.
No, they should be 8.
Was that not 6?
Ahead of them is West Ham, United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, City.
Oh, I forgot Chelsea. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. They should be. All right. Fuck it.
So they're finishing where they should be.
Just cut this bit.
He finished. He achieved. Is that a bottle? Finishing where he should.
You should be reaching higher though. You should always strive for better.
Will he finish above West Ham this season?
Should he finish above West Ham? That's an interesting one.
If he finishes above West Ham this season, you can't call him a bottler, because if he finishes above West Ham, then that means Moyes bottled even worse.
Okay.
Or it means Rodgers achieved more.
Okay. So, all right, let's agree to that. If Leicester finish below West Ham, we're going to call Rodgers a bottler. There's no in between here. There's no
fine.
He's either a bottler or he's succeeding. So,
okay.
Leicester above or below West Ham is the decider.
Fine.
Fuck West Ham. Oh, West Ham are lower than Leicester. So I'm off to a loser, but
yes,
I back my Moyes. I back my man.
I back my Braj.
Alrighty.
I'm going to be interested in this now, actually, for the whole season.
I know, yeah. We're really fucking nailing our colours to the mast.
Last season, West Ham finished 4 points ahead of Leicester.
4 points. Okay.
It's a big gap to make up there now.
I thought it was more. I was much more confident before you said that. A Vardy injury is all we need. That's fine. Did West Ham just buy a big striker for like 30 million?
They did,
I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Class.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorted. I'm like a West Ham fan now. It's bizarre.
They do that every year, so whatever.
That's true. Lanzini, bye.
Lanzini, Benrahma,
all the lads.
Was it Yarmolenko?
All the classic. Yeah, Yarmolenko's still there. Do you know what? I couldn't name the rest. Oh, Fornals. Yeah.
Fornals. Jesus Christ.
Cresswell. All the boys. Who's the one who kicked the cat again?
Zuma.
Wow, what a piece
Is he
of shit.
Is he West Ham?
Yeah, he is.
He is, yeah.
He moved there last season from Chelsea.
Yeah.
I
knew that. Yeah. And then he kicked the cat, yeah.
Alrighty. Will we call it there?
I think so.
Good crack.
Good cracks, right.
And Kieran will be back next time to keep us in check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, we have to talk about Palace.
If he's committed enough.
This is it. Yeah.
Talk about Palace.
The King podcast on Sunday.
The what?
Did you see that Ronaldo put up that post about rumors of him leaving, and he put up a post saying that the King would play on Sunday. And the King was on the beach, the bench. He was on the beach anyway. Yeah, he was on the bench on Sunday.
What a prick! Yeah,
love it.
That's it.
Come on, Braj.
You'll never walk alone.
You've been listening to the Put 'em Under Pressure podcast. For more of our content, make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Outro music.